Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Now we're doing rule number 16, stop signs. So we did most of the rules that occur in the back of the Quran, small surahs, but some of the rules only apply in the beginning where they're longer surahs and longer ayahs. Ayahs, yeah. So anyway, these are the various stop signs and they're real easy, but they only occur in the longer surahs. So you really won't see them in the back of the Quran in the smaller short surahs because it's easy to say those small ayahs in one breath. But for example, in the longer surahs, and remember the Mus'haf was written for non-Arabs. So there are hints about when to do certain things. And stop signs are extremely important because sometimes the non-Arab speaker will be reading and then they will continue in the wrong place, or they will stop in the wrong place where it will change the meaning. If you stopped there, it won't complete the sentence and it won't be appropriate or something like that to stop in certain places. So it's kind of really important, and also it really is helpful because it's going to make it easier for you to recite, very clearly, inshallah. So these are stop signs. Like, this means must stop when you see the meme. This means better to stop. Now there were things behind it, like I'm not even going to get into. It's not, we're just sticking to the most practical and beneficial information. So it's not really necessary to get into why these things mean that and what, I mean, this means like stop in Arabic, whoops. But it's really not important to talk about those details, just so we know when we see this, it means better to stop. And when we see this, it means permissible stop. When I see any of these, I just stop because it's easier to recite when you can stop a little bit and then, and practice that. Even if I see the permissible stop, I usually stop. And then you can take a breath and continue. This one is like slight pause without breathing. So if you see this little scene somewhere written, well, I'll look for it in a little bit, then this means you pause a little bit, but you don't breathe it. So that's something to note. It's kind of weird. And then the Sad Lam Ya is better to continue. And then La, don't stop here because it wouldn't change the meaning. Now these little words you will see throughout the Quran, and they're going to be on the top. So for the meme, sometimes you'll see a little meme and it'll be written, hang on, let me write this down. It'll be like written, like the word will be here. Let me just write that. And then there will either be a little meme here somewhere or maybe here. If it's written here on the bottom, it's real small and little. It's not a part of the word. This is usually the rule of a meme, where you hold it for you hold it with ghunna. If it's written on the top, right here, above the word, or a word is here or whatever, and it's written above, then that's usually a stop sign. So that's how you can tell the difference with those little memes. We're gonna see some, inshallah. And again, they're usually just in the bigger surahs. So here's a permissible stop. You see the little jim. Here you see the Sad and Lam, and yeah, so it's better to continue there. Let's see. This is Qaf, Lam, and Ya. It's better to stop. I think there are a few other stop signs, but these are the main signs that I always see. Here's another better to continue. Salam. And the best way to remember the difference between this one, qala, and saleh, or whatever, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, is qaf, lam, and when you say qa, you're closing your airway in your throat. So that's how you can remember it's stop. And this means go, saw, because the air is flowing. Saw. So that's stop and go. Another permissible stop. I don't know if I pointed that one out before. Better to continue. Permissible stop. Permissible stop. Better to continue. So, I mean, really what I would do if I'm beginning to read, better to continue, is before I read one ayah, I would just look through that ayah and see if there are any stops in it. Note that there are any stops. Like in this one, are there no stops in it? Okay, here's one where it's, you're going to stop here. So I would then aim, it's better to stop here. So then I would aim to like read that part and stop. And then continue, and then go on and look for another one. Then there's a permissible stop in the same ayah. Because you see, it's a really long ayah. It's not like you could do it in one breath. I mean, come on, be realistic. We're beginners. So, I mean, that's basically it. And you can find them through various places. And remember, if you see the meme written above, I wish I saw one. It just looks like a little meme, but it's written on the side of the word and above. And that's a stop sign. It's not holding it. You don't hold that. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.